Alright guys, so my game just loaded or just got updated and we have some new extractions. So I think we're gonna do that. Okay, there's a new 3-star Don Quixote. Alright, well, let's do some extraction first, since this is probably the most exciting part. Yeah, we have a lot of chances here, I think. Nothing really going on here. Let's do another one for 10. Nope. I should turn on the music. Let's go again. Oh my god. My luck has run out. Okay. Okay, there's a gold. Alright. Let's see what it is. I think I have all of the 2 stars. Oh my god, are you serious? I thought these guys, for the probability for these guys are supposed to be better. Is there like a guarantee after a certain number of pulls? I don't know the. Okay, one more. And I'm gonna stop. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, well, that was disappointing. Okay. Let's turn on the music. And there's also something like I don't know, like I have Gregor as the announcer and
소문을 흘려듣지 마세요, 단테.
oh, there it is.
한 조각의 진실로부터
No, reach battle, no. Have Gregor as an announcer. How do you have Gregor as an announcer? He is an announcer.
이세가 올랐어. 적군들에게 본때를 보여줘도 될 것 같은데?
소문을 흘려듣지 마세요, 단테. 소문의 모든 시작은 한 조각의 진실로부터 나오니까요.
메르소 말이야? 답답하지.
I don't know. I'm not sure how. What? Anyways, I don't know. Don't know. while the extractions are a disappointment. Event identities and ego on the team. And ego on the team boosts the amount of Bungie plushies earned. My god. That's a typical mobile game thing. Oh, I just converted all my energy into actual. Let's use one box here. I just converted all my energy into modules. Well, okay, let's see here.
최선을 다해 임하겠습니다.
다들 내리시죠.
Yeah, okay, so there is a story element to it. Off the bus, everyone. This is where we're supposed to meet a client for our next mission. Give me a break. Now we're taking requests like we're full errand boys? Say what's that over there? Say, what's that over there? It's got a long line in front of it. Can't you recognize this stirring scent? It's fried chicken, Greg. Deep fried chicken brought to a crisp in expensive oil. It seems you haven't seen much of SK if you have yet to learn of Bohisava chicken? The hottest trend around these parts. A man with a fastidious impression suddenly cut in on the sinner's conversation, as if he belonged to our group. Oh, Bodhisattva chicken, is it? What is that? Permit me to answer. Bodhisattva chicken is a highly renowned restaurant known for its six-legged, eight-winged poultry whose blissful taste and gracious quantities really make you feel real compassion. Great compassion. What's more, they're prepared for every preference. The buzzworthy biddy with the right amount of tenderness, the chubby capon with plentiful flesh to dig into, the tree cockerel that's perfectly al dente, and more. Now tell me, what do you want? What do you want? I may have heard of it. Isn't it a surprise? Our son of all people is keeping on with the files from under his rock. So what are you supposed to be? Can hazard a guess you don't know who we are either, seeing as you brazenly shoved yourself in while we are talking. Can you even explain who we are? Gracious, what could those things roaming around the restaurant possibly be? They don't appear very normal to me. Turning around, I spotted rather strange-looking people with just as strange behavior. Maybe there's some kind of mascot? It could be pretty cute when we look up close. I see individuals covering their heads with strange masks. Maybe there's some kind of mascot? It could be pretty cute when we... Okay, he just repeated the manager. Those mascots have people running and screaming though. Seems a bit off, but let's leave them be. Doesn't look like they're coming this way, and they don't particularly feel like getting wrapped up in something bothersome. They're right. They aren't necessarily approaching us. And just what are you up to with that rock from the roadside, mysterious fella? Chicken-headed K-Corp security? What in the world did you do? Hit by the rock, it started looking around. Then it began to slowly shamble in our direction. Yikes, I made such a clumsy mistake. What will we do? Likely story, Casio. You aimed straight for his head. Wow, your form was impressively stable. Why, thank you. I once aspired to be a big city baseball player. The hell? Who is that?
홈런을 쳐주지.
I'll play ball with you, alright. Stay right there so I can knock your noggin out of the park.
다가오는 속도가
You're
빨라지고
approaching
있습니다.
faster now.
제
Shouldn't you
머리를
deal
홈런시키기
with
전에
them first before working up a
저것부터
slugger
해결해야
with my
하거든요.
head? As Ryoshu fiercely reaching for his sheath, those things came right for us.
닭머리네요.
They have chicken heads.
딸기네.
Whole chickens.
그것도 생딸기네요.
Wow, one's like that too.
하늘 품은 달기
It's like the ghosts of dead chickens are collecting back from hell for revenge. So, you guys think it's because Sinclair left the chicken wing uneaten that one time since it was a hassle to get the meat off? Can't think of anything else we might have done to co-op in havoc.
이젠 그런 거에 안 놀라요.
I feel like
그리고
these puns
결국
are
그것마저
just
로자 씨가
stupid.
가져가서 남김없이 드셨어요.
teasing like that won't get to me anymore, you know? Besides, Rodia licked that one clean anyways.
이렇게 된 거
It appears
싸우는
that
수밖에
combat
별다른
is going to
수가
be our
없겠군요.
sole recourse. So why is this guy taking cover behind me then? Before I could complain further, the chicken-headed crowd attacked us. Like, what? Why? Who is this guy anyways?
내가 응원하는 게 도움이 되긴 하려나? 힘내긴 해보자고. 명령대로.
예측대로.
Oh, this skill is so good when it actually hits, but it's so bad when it doesn't hit.
내가 응원하는 게 도움이 되긴 하려나? 힘내긴 해보자고.
전투에 임하겠습니다.
깨어라. 알겠어.
한 방 먹였네. 이 기세를 모아서 뚫어보자고.
Only one wave? Sure, we'll do that then.
명령대로. 이봐, 버틸 자신 있어?
I only hit one? I thought I would be hitting more.
선생님 봤어요?
한 방 먹였네. 이 기세를 모아서 뚫어보자고. 명령대로. 처리했습니다.
This guy has 70 HP?
예측대로. 쓰러졌군.
Okay,
자,
right. Now that's been all sorted out. So why don't we get back to the point, friendly four-eyed stranger?
반론합니다. 그 호칭은
I
같은
must object to
안경공주였어.
such a moniker, especially so when it comes to from a fellow glasses bearer.
아하,
Oh, is that so? Sorry about that, I guess. Basic personal information, such as one's identity, can be easily acquired from the registration of one's death.
제
Ah,
소개를 미처 드리지
I did
못했군요.
neglect to introduce
명함
myself.
받으시죠?
Here's my
상조라고
business
합니다.
card. You may call me Samjo. Disregarding the glowing hostility surrounding him, the man handed us his card straight away. A K-Corp, affiliate of the Department of Food Resource Development's Research Center. Huh. Thought we'd be fooled by a bunch of big fancy words?
물론이죠.
Of course, persuasion and explanation are where I excel, so please stay calm and listen.
아까의 전투에서
I was most impressed
당신들의
by the
모습을
feats of
매우
your
인상
battle
깊게
just
보았어요.
moments ago.
특히
In
눈앞에서
particular,
동료가
the
죽어가는
instances
광경에도
where you continue to
아랑곳하지 않고
assault your
적들을
foes in
후드려
blatant
모습만
disregard for a
심지어
dying
몇몇
colleague
동료가
nearby. A few
손가락질을
others
하며
even laugh
귀엽기도
at the
하더군요.
sight.
발목을 잡는 자들이
Friend or foe, those who dare impede must be promptly removed. Aldous replied to his remark with a look of full of pride, even though it didn't sound close to a compliment at all.
여러분들도
As you can
보시다시피
see,
이 가게
those
앞을
chicken
장롱
heads
중인
of
정체
unknown
불명의
origin
적들로
which are
인해
occupying
피해가
this
이만저만이
restaurant's
아닙니다.
front have been causing considerable damage. So what?
사장님도 몸
The
좀
venue's
누워
manager
계시다가
has also been
막
better than
일어나셨죠.
until just now. Another man with a haggard face tottered to us, making it somewhat apparent that Samjo wasn't lying about the restaurant's owner falling ill with worry.
말씀하시면 됩니다.
You may speak now. So things been our fry house opened up a few months ago just across from Angbong's Bar and Fryers. Our franchise offers generous servings of good-tasting food using poultry with a supreme pedigree, so it was natural that we would draw all the customers from Angbong's. But one day, out of the blue, the owner of Angbong's started acting real strange. Losing his customers must have shocked him or something, and now he's trying to ruin all of our businesses. I mean, it's not uncommon for competitors to throw jabs at each other, right? As if to attest to the restaurant's owner's woes, screams echoed from the other side of the street.
저게 뭐야?
What the hell? As the supposed owner of Angbang swung his arm while muttering something, the chickens responded in unison. The raw chickens jumped at people. Oh. Okay. It's like the head crabs?
뭐죠? 닭을
What in the
지휘하는
world?
건가요?
Is he commanding the chickens?
보통 기행이 아니야.
That's definitely strange behavior. How spiteful does someone have to be to resort to that kind of stuff? Don't know if they're augmented or what, but those plucked and prepped hens will break into the restaurant and destroy things. And now there's people wearing those chickens on their heads too. If this keeps up, the restaurant is going to lose so much money.
이상
Such is his feathery song.
눈물 나는
This has been
이야기였습니다.
his tear-jerking reflection. Would you be willing to deal with this case? That ruffled your feathers, huh? He said. So much puns in this. So many puns in this stupid dialogue. Tear-jerking or whatever, we still don't take requests from a chicken
평생
lifetime voucher.
의뢰를 해결해
Handle
드리면
this request,
이 매장을 평생
and
이용할
I'll
수 있는
offer you
파격적인
groundbreaking
혜택을
benefit.
드리도록 하죠.
The right to free orders from this restaurant for the rest of your lives. I mean, by the time we finish, we probably wouldn't be eating chickens. A lifetime voucher? I never heard of such a...
시식용
I have
치킨도
even
몇 개
prepared a few
준비해왔습니다.
free samples for you.
예?
You what? Samjo personally distributed pieces of fried chicken that he suddenly had his hands on. Now, stand in line and keep things orderly. I brought samples for different pedigrees, so you're free to pick and choose. Each one comes with a unique brand of tastiness, demonstrating its strengths in different cuts of meat. Must I choose only one flavor to taste? They all appear equally in gustatory greatness. Let me suggest this then. Leave the other flavors as something to anticipate for your future meals. It won't be a problem once the lifetime voucher is in your hands. Indeed, this is an infallible proposition. It seems Samjo has won the hearts of most of the listeners with its compelling words and fine poultry samples.
어쩌시겠습니까?
What do you say? This might be the first time I've seen Heathcliff go quiet at someone's words.
그거
That's
나쁘지 않은 의뢰.
not half bad at all.
저기요.
Hello?
우리는
Aren't we supposed to be looking for golden bows?
가지를
Not
찾는
golden
게 목적
drumsticks?
아니었어요?
Since when did we...
못 들었어?
Didn't you hear it? We're dining on free crispy chicken forever.
개수 제한은 없는 거지?
Doesn't have
그냥
limited
끊어서
use,
주는
right?
거지? 어?
It's actually free chickens forever, right? Yeah? Takeouts count too? Man,
이러고
this
있으니까
takes me back
옛날
to older days.
생각난다.
Wonder if anyone
알 사람이
remembers
있으려나
it.
모르겠네.
No, ham and
햄햄
pampans are
팡팡에서
freshly
치킨도
fried
진짜
chicken that was
맛있었는데.
totes delish.
난 알아. 어쩌다
Sure,
돈이
I sure
생기는
do.
날은
I have a
조직원들이랑
cheeky one with the
외식하러
lads
가기로
whenever our syndicate earned a proper lump of those. Those.
하우스트 씨.
Miss
빨리
Faust,
말해주세요.
can you have them cut the
무슨
crap
사직이나
already?
조항 같은
Shouldn't
거
there be
있을
some
거
company
아니에요?
clause against fried chicken requests? Faust was deep in thought by her long song.
그러죠.
Alright, we will take your request.
예?
Excuse me? This might also be the first time I've seen Ishmael taken aback to this extent.
아니 하우스트 씨.
I'm sorry, Faust, but did you go out of your mind for a second there? Ishmael, no need to be so
말은
biting there.
글쎄요.
It's hard to say. Faust's mind tends to be out there most of the time.
오랜만에
Guess we're
다 같이
alright and
통화네.
chummy for once, eh? Faust, are you serious? You're taking a request over free chicken?
정확히 말하자면
To be more precise, this is to resolve a case of the distortion phenomenon, Dante. Distortion phenomenon?
뒤틀림이라. 그게
Distortions.
뭔가요?
What are they?
명확히 모르는
It is a term I'm sure it's unclear to most, although it has been occurring all around the city. No official announcement of the phenomenon has been made to the general public. I'm pretty sure the White Night and Dark Day, or White Night and Dark Days, I think, yeah. Isn't that a distortion?
아,
There were plenty of distortions in Liber of Runa.
통상적으로
To my knowledge, it is a phenomenon where an individual morphs into a form often unfit to be considered human. It has no known causes, and the appearances were all different.
설명만
That
들어서
doesn't make it
모르겠네요.
clear enough.
환상체
Are they
같은
like abnormalities?
아니
Not exactly. As unlike abnormalities, they do not shrink into eggs. It is possible for them to fully expire. I have witnessed a number of cases in the past.
회사 내부에는
Company has the
비트윈 현상
LCD,
자문
a
해결사를
department
지키는
housing
곳에
consultant
JCB가
fixers dedicated to
작은
matters
규모의
regarding
구조이긴
the
그만큼
distortions.
눈여겨보고 있는 현상이라는 뜻이죠.
Though its size is small, it nevertheless signifies the company's interest in the phenomenon. So the owner of Ongbans has turned into one of those distortion things?
맞아요.
That's correct.
사람이
One does
단순히
not
미쳐버린
simply
것만으로
gain the ability to lead an army of
갑자기
raw
진리를
chickens
이룰 수는
by
없어요.
losing their mind. I see.
역시 그렇죠.
So that's what it's about?
하우스트
I
씨가
almost got
잠깐
worried that I might have to knock some sense
제가
back into you,
직접 나서서 정신을
Faust.
차리게 해야 하나 싶었잖아요.
왜 방금까지
Is
메이스를
that
꽉
why
쥐고
you were
있었던
clutching your
거였으면
mace so tight, Ishmael?
옳소.
Rightly so. We must act before this commotion results in any casualty. Nam. Well, everything has a
입에 소스
We put-
묻었다 꼬맹이.
like what is it? We put a justification for this stupid request. Oh, you got sauce on your face, Chiquita. I've watched this Rodia wipe Don Quixote's mouth clean.
그럼 의뢰를 수락한 걸로
I'll take that
알고
as a yes,
연락을
and we'll be
기다리고
waiting for
있겠습니다.
your contact. Okay, but how did
날 뛰어버려.
he know that we were there?
책상에서만 썩기 아까운 솜씨인 걸. 가보지.
We'll just use the same team. I mean, doesn't really matter too much. I think maybe yeah,
최선을 다해.
this false is not very
벌레
good
말은 듣지 않는
here.
사람 누구야?
I think the chickens are kind of immune to or injured to
운이
Pierce.
따라준다면 좋겠네요.
아군 대열이 무너졌다. 재정비를 해보는 게 좋아.
wow. I got staggered right away.
운이 따라준다면 좋겠네요.
예측대로.
한 방 먹였네. 이 기세를 모아서 뚫어보자고.
직접 나서지.
재밌네요.
한 방 먹였네. 이 기세를 모아서 뚫어보자고.
운이 따라준다면 좋겠네요.
처리했습니다.
Not rolling any heads here.
너무 쉽군요.
한 방 먹였네. 이 기세를 모아서 뚫어보자고. 명령대로.
소란이 줄었네요.
최선을 다해보지. 아이, 방금 벌레 말은 듣지 않는다는 사람 누구야?
Well, I should use Ryoshu. Try to use Ryoshu.
정화. 환락에 삼켜지기 전에.
Okay, now that is a good. As long as it rolls well, it does a lot of damage.
버틸 자신 있어?
너무 쉽군요.
제대로 들어갔습니다.
쓰러졌군.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
Oh, that's also a AOE.
알겠어.
한 방 먹였네. 이 기세를 모아서 뚫어보자고.
정화.
빈틈 투성이로군. 쓰러졌군.
너무 쉽군요. 너무 쉽군요.
아까처럼만 해. 그럼 이번 전투도 쉽게 갈 수 있을 거야.
Alright. Oh, I imagine there will actually be a boss.
언제 다
I just
해치웠다.
realized that there will
이제 가도 되죠?
probably be a boss at the end of this.
빨리 시작하시죠.
Oh, guess I should have gotten rid of Faust there. What are we supposed to do to resolve a distortion?
간단해요.
It's simple. Faust seemed to have a habit of prefacing her expositions with a disclaimer about their simplicity.
뒤틀림이 생긴
What
마음을
we will
열게
do
하는
is
일
open up the heart of the distorted,
경계를 풀고
disarm their mind's
스스로
guard,
마음을
and
읽을
coax
수
them
있도록 말이죠.
into opening up.
그렇군.
I see.
경계.
Do we remove the
하나?
scapula
아니면
first,
복잡해.
or perhaps the sternum?
속을
A physical
찢어내고
revelation of the heart. An
그건
interesting
흥미롭군요.
proposal. First off, we probably should visit that Ongbang's place and figure something out. Rob Poultry is walking around. That can't be hygienic.
좋지 않을 텐데.
They look like the things that were on those people's heads earlier. I don't know what they are, but we shouldn't get too close to. Unfortunately, I had forgotten that around 80% of the sinners value my suggestions less than the cooing of a random pigeon on the roadside.
그래서 이 닭들을 족치면
So we can have
그 집에서
free chicken for
치킨을
life
평생
after
먹을
we're
수
done
있다는
backing
거지?
these pellets, eh?
귀엽군.
Cute.
뭐,
Let's
써.
stab. I get it. That one was slice him all bare. Okay,
끄덕.
not. Well, the raw chickens leapt into the air. Huh? Heathcliff? Heathcliff's face was then devoured by one of them. Heathcliff. Heathcliff stood in silence with the raw chicken adorning his head. It was quite a sight, much to my terror.
전 지금
I think I like Heathcliff better this way, you know? He actually seems intelligent now.
어떻게 단테?
Oh gosh, what did we do, Dante? Wait, quick, your clock. But then nothing would stop me from rewinding here. But the problem is, what if my head turns into a chicken while the clock's working? SD.
그게 그거라뇨.
Same difference?
시계 대가리나 닭 대가리.
Clock head, chicken head, they're no different. So I don't get being huffy over it. It looked like Sinclair was the only one actually worried about his Heathcliff.
히스클리프 씨.
Mr. Heathcliff, are you alright in there? Nope.
있지.
Say, why don't we keep him as our mascot if the thing never comes off? What's the deal with you and mascots anyway? Lead your eyes thither. Heathcliff is communicating with the other hands. Heathcliff's being quite a chatterbox.
히스클리프 씨가
It appears that the
대화를
chicken is sitting on his face is using his mouth to communicate,
히스클리프 씨의
rather than
마음을
Heathcliff
이해해서
himself.
나도 싫어.
Cannot leave Mr. Heathcliff in these straits. I wish to dress with him as two fixers.
생닭머리를 해가지고선 그 코스튬을 해봤자 저대로는 비웃음만 당할 것이오.
Okay, we would only be subject to mockery if he were to engage in mummery with that chicken head. To avoid the gathering crowd, we shoved Heathcliff into the interior of Ongbang's bar and friars and followed behind him.
이 닭대가리
I
도저히 못
can't
버티겠군.
stand his clucking anymore. I'll bring him back to his senses sharply. Aldous grabbed the raw chicken on Heathcliff's head with one hand and began to slap it ruthlessly with her spear. Furiously. The sound of the impacts were comparable to when she was interrogating a captive enemy.
정신 차릴 기색이 보이지
I don't
않는다.
see him ever recovering on his own. This
닭머리
leaves us
통째로
no choice.
뽑아내겠다.
I will remove the chicken head as a whole.
그렇게 막 무
Is
뽑듯이
it
뽑아도
really
되는 거야?
okay to yank it off like
그러다가
that?
얼굴 가죽이라도
You might
벗겨지면
peel his
어떡해?
face right off with it.
답답하군.
Grow a
설사
backbone.
얼굴
Even
가죽
if
벗겨져도
his skin
관리자님이 계시니까
were to be
괜찮은 거다.
removed, it's perfectly fine as our executive manager is here to handle it. No, seriously, it's not really fine for me, all this. And I can't just... Dante, it's always this stupid, like, wimp. Despite her opposition, Aldous began jostling the chicken with all her might. I hear something here. It didn't actually come off, did it? Huh? Oh, it did.
정신이 드나?
Back if it's a soldier? What's with this barmy soup in my mouth?
히스,
You were having some serious discussion with those chickens, clucking weird stuff. Remember?
그러고 보니
Huh? Now that you say it, I think I did hear some gabbing in my head. What were they on about? Some sort of recipe got lost, I guess. Was the cornerstone of this eatery? But once it was gone, he stopped getting customers. That's when the master started acting off and infected us all.
지금
Did you
닭들이랑
just say those
우리라고 한
chickens
거예요?
were us? Bugger, I'm still recovering from those headpins. This is confusing.
쟤네 이름이
That's what you decided to call them? If the distortion happened because he lost his recipe, then maybe we can somehow recreate it for him?
얼추 근접한
We've gotten close enough to an answer.
뒤틀림에 대해
Though much
밝혀진
about the
건
distortion remains unknown.
선아.
One of the noted particulars is that it occurs when the good and evil, no, when the mind crumbles to figurative pieces. Sounds like you just pivoted away from good and evil because that version would get too long for you to bother.
가령 홍루 씨가 도시를 살아가면서
For instance, let's say that Hong Lu held a belief he was certain would be an unchanging constant as he lived in the city.
혹은
Or it could be a hope for some other psychological sustainment that he has supported his life.
그게 한순간에
If that support suddenly collapses in a massively shocking event that causes one to let their ego go, his mind will crumble, so to speak.
뭐 그럴 수도
Well,
있겠네요.
I could see that happening.
What
What could be so shocking for a well-off cuss like you? Getting your privy purse snatched away?
용돈은 받은
Oh
적도
no,
없었던
I never
걸요.
received an
원할 때마다
allowance.
쓸 수
There was
있었는데
no need for such a thing when I could spend any amount whenever I wanted.
뭐야? 그럼 뭐였는데?
Really? What else is it then?
알고
I
있다고
thought I knew,
생각했는데
but I can't seem to elaborate on it with words right now.
즉 정리를
To return to the
해드리자면
point that sum things up,
뒤틀림은
the distortion is a phenomenon that arises from deeply personal psychological shock. So we got some foreshadowing for Hong Lu.
단단히
I
마음을
guess
쌓아올린 상태라고
The
말이야.
affected will have walled off their heart with a solid defense.
이 벽을
This wall has to be brought down using methods that the distorted would approve.
여기서
And in this case, the distortion would want chicken-based cooking, right? Gregor took a confident step forward after saying that. I cooked up a few good meals using leftovers and cans for my comrades in arms during the war. Those traumatized soldiers were moved to tears by my dishes as they gobbled up the stuff. Hey now, is it just me or did I hear somebody scoff at that? How droll. What does a CF know about cooking? You'd be better off flipping hamburger patties with your pincer.
와,
Oh,
그레고르 씨가
if
가게를
Mr. Gregor
차린다면
opened a business,
집게사장이 되는
he'd be a
거네요?
boss with big meaty claws.
요쇼.
Sure, that's short for crawling furball, isn't it? But I'll say, I do like the idea of being the guy with big meaty claws. Hey, my head just got a sting.
요리는 말이지.
A true chef follows her tongue and blade. Could you really say that food haphazardly mashed together in a war zone is real cuisine?
오, 방금
That's
명대사
one for
나왔어.
the cookbooks.
심지어 료슈
Miss
씨가
Yushu,
줄여 말할 줄
she's
알았어요.
speaking with full words for once. This sounded cool, but I'm not sure you'll want to be giving out advice.
아니 그런데.
Actually,
요리는
hold
해본
on.
적이 있나, 료슈?
Have you ever cooked before, Yoshu? Oh, I have crafted dishes on a level that you as a traveling cook can't dare imagine.
아니, 이거
Okay,
굉장히 열받네.
now I'm starting to get mad.
그럼
Let's see
나는
then.
료슈
I'm on Shu said.
아니 갑자기 편을
Why are we
나누는 이유는
splitting
뭐지?
up into teams now? I mean,
재밌잖아.
it's fun.
그리고
And why did you end up siding with her?
이유는
그래.
Correct,
우린
darling.
그동안 너무
You've been stuck
가까웠어.
too close for too long.
오늘만큼은
Why don't we
벽을
try a
좀
little
더
distance just for today? Heathcliff, having shaken off the dizziness, walked to Gregor's side.
그러니까
So, we win by popping her up, AI.
아니.
No, we aren't crushing anyone with force.
설마 부하들에게
You admit to feeding your men canned food. You're a disgrace of a soldier. For your reference, I much prefer instant foods.
그냥 입맛이 다른 것뿐이잖아.
That reference is just a preference.
유치하네요 정말.
This is childish,
이런 걸로
really.
편가르기나
You
하고
guys
싶어요?
seriously want to take sides over this?
그래서
Tell us, why don't you tell us? Which side are you, Ishi? If you had to choose between Greg and Ryoshu to serve food for us sinners,
수작 부리지 마.
don't you try and coax her?
저 친구는
I know Ishmael and I have been
생각이
thick as
통했던
thieves since
사이라고.
early on. In spite of Gregor's confidence, Ishmael's face and posture betrayed a sense of awkwardness. Ishmael? Sorry, Gregor, but if it's canned foods we're talking about, I ate more than I ever wanted on the ship.
왜?
Come on,
몸만
why won't you look me in the eyes, Ishmael? Eh? Ishmael took a few sluggish steps backward to stand next to Yoshu. Her eyes never looked up to meet Gregor. Even though there wasn't much rapport to begin with, I could hear what little trusting bound exists between the two fall apart. Don Quixote had glued herself to Gregor's back before I noticed. Her face was off color. As a matter of truth, while we were banqueting upon skewered chicken on the bus, I bore witness to that woman's most awful deed. What she do with the chicken kebab? I cannot begin to put it into words. Ah, well, you saw it, didn't you? That was a secret technique of mine to bring out the dark country's ultimate flavor. Don Quixote shuddered violently. Soon enough, Hong Lu went to Gregor's side with a sparkle in his eyes. Oh, it would be a unique experience to try dishes comparable to pet food once in my life, right? I'll be rooting for you, Gregor.
그래.
Right.
그거 좀
Thanks a lot, Hong Lu.
홍로.
Hong Lu stood behind Gregor, wearing a kind smile on his face.
파우스트.
Faust, I can count on you of all people to make the rational choice. Yeah?
글쎄요.
I don't know.
Faust는
As Faust
종종
can enjoy a
녹음을
risky
즐기곤 하죠.
venture from time to time. With that profound remark, Faust took her place behind Yoshu.
이해가 안 돼요.
I really don't get
왜
it.
이렇게
Why are we splitting our
저희끼리
group
편을
into
나누는
opposing
거예요?
teams?
어이,
Hey,
그
chick,
말 늦지.
take a way to
살아남을 길을
survive or
구하든가.
buzz off.
아니면 꺼져.
Chirping hesitation isn't cool, kiddo?
다는 건가요?
Then
그럼
chirping hesitation isn't cool, kiddo. Then Sinclair, you might be linked to Yoshu on a spiritual level at this point. Yep. Yoshu's ruthless remark made Sinclair trudge to her side.
협박으로 데려가는 게 어디 있어?
Isn't it unfair to threaten him to join you? That's cheating. I shan't choose. And instead, I humbly await your selection.
겸허히 골라지겠소.
저건 필요 없어.
Don't need that. You take it. Isan was placed on Gregor's team without him moving a muscle. Lastly, Mersault quietly stood behind Gregor. Mersault?
사실
I'm a little
좀
touched.
감동받았어.
I know we never got to talk much, but you still decided to come and stand by me in my time of need.
그저 적은 인원
I have only done so because joining the team with fewer members will set the balance right. Some will proclaim that they saw tears well up in Gregor's eyes at that moment. As the teams decided, we entered the kitchen of Ongbong's, looking for a suitable place to cook. It had become a long neglected mess with traces of foul rampage. However, Yoshu and Gregor kicked stray plates and utensils out of their way like it was none of their business, and then took their spots. Hang on, are we allowed to do all this in someone else's restaurant?
망측식당.
It's a rafts,
알게 뭐야?
so why care?
어차피 망하기
You can't
직전에
call it the
식당이라고요.
restaurant already faded to shut. We're trying to help.
그래.
Yeah, our goal is to deal with the distortion, isn't it? An angry flock of chickens fluttered to intimidate the sudden intruders, but much to their dismay,
방해하면 다 베어버린다.
get in my way and you're all getting chopped. Sliced. You guys look more in sync now. Do we have a fight or is that after a fight? I think we still have a fight. Yep. Okay.
응원하는 게 도움이 되긴
It was
하려나?
the story was so long that I don't even like remember if we had a fight or not.
직접 나서지.
아까처럼만 해. 그럼 이번 전투도 쉽게 갈 수 있을 거야.
빈틈투성이로군.
단테님 봤어요?
한 방 먹였네. 이 기세를 모아서 뚫어보자고. 명령대로.
쓰러졌군.
내가 응원하는 게 도움이 되긴 하려나? 힘내긴 해보자고.
직접 나서지.
제대로 들어갔습니다. 한 방 먹였네. 이 기세를 모아서 뚫어보자고. 명령대로.
정신이 물러 터졌군요.
한 방 먹였네. 이 기세를 모아서 뚫어보자고. 명령대로.
빈틈 투성이로군.
소란이 줄었네요.
Okay. That was kind of easy. Sure. Joshua and Gregor radiated a burning viciousness. Is this murderous aura supposed to be part of the culinary experience?
그딴 레시피 따위.
What recipe are you even gonna show? More canned crapola? Crapola?
생존 요리를
크라폴라?
이길 레시피는 없지.
There's no dish that beats the taste of survival.
어이 노랭이.
Hey, champagne here. Give me a hand. Okay.
이상 씨.
Isan, sorry, but can you open this can for me?
그리하겠어.
As you so wish. Sights and sounds filling the kitchen seem at least somewhat proper. I can hear knives hitting the cutting boards, broth boiling up in pots, and fire sizzling on cigarettes. Huh? Why do I hear smoking in the kitchen? Well, both of them are smoking. The two remain silent. Of course, as expected, the sound of a cigarette being snuffed out only came from Gregor's side. Well, Yoshu is... she does what she
생각보다 날
wants.
뛰어버렸군. 책상에서만 썩기 아까운 솜씨인걸?
Okay, so... this is like the number of these things that you need to collect. Okay, you do get the Chef Gregor from this thing. And the eagle thing... and that's it. Alright, I think I can change this.
알탄이예.
빨리 시작하시죠.
I really want to like more extractions. I don't even know how many extractions I did in the beginning of this video, but it was definitely a lot.
직접 나서지.
쟤 너무 쉽군요.
아까처럼만 해. 그럼 이번 전투도 쉽게 갈 수 있을 거야. 제대로 들어갔습니다. 허리 있습니다. 한 방 먹였네. 이 기세를 모아서 뚫어보자고.
전투에 임하겠습니다.
탱고더. 아 옛날 버릇이. 적사살 좋아.
처리할 시간이야 머저리들.
예측대로 빈틈 투성이로군. 쓰러졌군.
내가 응원하는 게 도움이 되긴 하려나. 힘내긴 해보자고.
전투에 임하겠습니다.
Man. Oh my god.
빈틈 투성이로군.
Nope.
아군 대열이 무너졌다. 재정비를 해.
직접 나서지.
Oh my god. Wow.
한 방 먹였네. 이 기세를 모아서 뚫어보자고.
눈이 따라준다면 좋겠네요.
처리했습니다.
배연의 진 약점은 파악했어.
정신이 물러 터졌군요.
한 방 먹였네. 이 기세를 모아서 뚫어보자고.
처리할 시간이야 모자리.
우리가 우세.
What?
서둘러 끝내보자고.
No one hit?
눈이 따라준다면 좋겠네요.
것만예그.
I mean, the winning rate, automation,
생각보다 날 뛰어버려.
the targeting system is not
책상에서만
very
썩기.
good, so.
아까운 솜.
Alright, one more.
최선을 다해 임하겠습니다.
Let's go one more. I stared at Gregor's dish for a good while. What is this, Gregor?
밀리터리
Military survivalist meal or something like that? Do they really eat this in the military? Look, manager bud, did you say you're an amnesiac? Since when were you such a delicate food critic, huh? Gregor lost his usual calm demeanor and suddenly snapped at me. I looked at the usual serving next. I felt like I was looking at a brand new work of art. As in, I had no idea what it was supposed to be. Yoshu, just to make sure you didn't mistake our objective with assassinating the distorted restaurant owner, did you?
닥시.
STC.
닥쳐.
She wants to shut the clock up. Heathcliff and Mersault had caught the owner of Ongbongs and put him in a seat in the meantime. We started by feeding him Yoshu's cooking.
뒤틀림의 언어는
The distortion's language is difficult to parse. It will take me at least 70 hours to decipher it based on the speech pattern and cadence.
네?
That
그때
long?
동안 여기서
You can't be
치킨을
frying
튀길
chickens
수는
for all that
없어요.
time. Wait. I think I can hear his voice in my head.
흥미롭.
How curious. This could be due to the influence of the Golden Boughs we've collected resonating with Manager Dante's head. I think I just heard a staggering statement, but the owner's cries are too distracting.
저자가 뭐라고
What is he trying to say? A funeral procession in my mouth. Is your cooking theme poetry apocalypse? He asks.
좋아.
Right.
오늘이야말로
Today will be the day I rip that clock from its stem. I was just relaying his review.
그럼
Then the two of you can go to hell together. Not too cocky, eh, Ryushu? Confidence is good and all, but it's no match for hard-boiled experience. Alright, guess it's my turn. Open wide now, pal. Aha, is he starting to open up his heart? He's wondering if it was sludged up from the food waste dumpster outside. Looks like both your dishes failed. The owner and his chickens came at us with growls, as if to express their master's anger in full. Well, more fights.
내가 응원하는 게 도움이 되긴 하려나? 힘내긴 해보자고.
More.
처리할 시간이야 머저리들.
Oh my god.
베어냈지. 약점은 파악했어.
Okay, well. Okay. That's.
한 방 먹였네. 이
The
기세를
roles
멋으로
are
보자고.
not really working out, but. Fine. Fine.
운이 따라준다면 좋겠네요.
예측대로 쓰러졌고.
아까처럼만 해. 그럼 이번 전투도 쉽게.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. I didn't even look.
아군 대열이 무너졌다. 재정비를 해보는 게 좋아.
운이 따라준다면 좋겠네요.
빈틈 투성이로군.
Wow. Just 16, eh?
한 방 먹였네. 이 기세를 모아서 뚫어보자고.
운이 따라준다면 좋겠네요.
버리겠습니다.
소란이 줄었네요.
너무 쉽군요.
최선을 다해보지. 아니, 방금 벌레 말은 듣지 않는다는 사람 누구야?
Okay, here's the boss. Okay.
전투에 임하겠습니다.
이봐, 버틸 자신 있어? 한 방 먹였네. 이 기세를 모아서 뚫어보자고.
Alright, another. Do another one.
처리할 시간이야 머저리들.
이봐, 버틸 자신 있어?
Okay, the chicken head guy is. It's immune to blunt damage. Okay. Or endure to blunt damage.
탱고더. 아, 옛날 버릇이. 적사살, 좋아.
전투에 임하겠습니다.
여행엔 목적이 있었지.
Okay, that's nice.
한 방 먹였네. 이 기세를 모아서 뚫어보자고.
직접 나서지. 것만 예크.
Okay. What are these numbers?
다섯의 기회 중
It may be
둘을
an
소비한다.
indicator, alerting us of
이런
spawning
뜻이
2 out of 5 opportunities. Yes, each team can prepare another dish, then how's that sound? And just like that, thus began Limbus Company's petite cooking competition. Right now, let's assign each of us a role. Not that it will make a difference, but say, Hanlu, have you ever seen the kitchen before? Well, my room didn't have any kitchenettes, though I did sneak into the grand dining hall on the second floor a few times for snacks when I was a kid. Wow. Next up we have Yi-san. Wasn't he the only one who came out fine when we drank that spoiled milk the other day? The smell is a central one, permeating my pulmonary depths. Yep, no. It's still not your turn. Don Quixote. Is something wrong with your throat? What say you let me take the mantle? She said this with a bashful expression, her hands behind her back. Don Quixote, this isn't time for kid stuff. I'm no child. And why am I denied the chef's place when Sinclair is allowed to do such on the other team? The chicken is chopped too unevenly. You should cut them better. Keep your back straight. Right. Okay. Kiddo, isn't this a bit bland? I think I could use a teensy bit more sweetness. Sweetness? Let's see. Where's the sugar? Based on what Faust is seeing, the heat needs to be pitched up one notch. That one's hopeless. The knife grip is all wrong. Why don't you all stop being backseat chefs and actually help? I mean, you could definitely trust Sinclair to take on that kind of stuff. His palate should be a good enough judge too, growing up in a wealthy family and all. Now wait a tick. Why isn't anyone giving me any suggestions? Watch, I can cook an egg. Bloody hell, why is the damn fry pan heated? It almost grilled me dead. Everyone watched as the pan Heathcliff threw hit the wall and broke into pieces. This restaurant reeks of mold and other uncleaned stains. It is likely that the kitchen has been left unattended for at least 140 days. Cooking outside may be more sanitary to the current situation. And Preeti, give me permission to cook. How dare you mess up our kitchen? You reckon with our wrath for the foul deed. That's the chicken. That's the chicken. It just felt like that's what it was saying. Come on, keep it together, Gregor. It's so dumb. I guess this is supposed to be like a filler kind of thing that and it's supposed to be just funny.
이제 가도 되죠?
But I mean, is it funny? Maybe. I guess it's kind of funny.